Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Friday, 30 August. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering an Israeli strike that eliminated a local Hamas leader. A Danish court has rejected India's extradition request in an arms case. And X, formerly known as Twitter, faces shutdown as a court deadline expires in Brazil. So, firstly, the Israeli military has conducted a strike in the West Bank city of Jenin for the third consecutive day amid intense fighting in the occupied Palestinian territory. The Israeli Defense Force reportedly targeted a terrorist cell and confirmed the elimination of Hassim Hazan, the head of Hamas in Jenin, during an operation in the northern Samaria area. Hazam was reportedly involved in orchestrating and executing shootings and bombing attacks against Israelis, as well as for promoting terrorist activities in the Judea and Samaria region. Shortly after Hazam's death, IDF aircraft killed 2 additional Hamas fighters who were allegedly attempting to flee the scene. These raids, which have resulted in the deaths of at least 19 individuals, mostly militants, are seen by Palestinians as an escalation of the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The Israeli military's actions have drawn international attention, with the United Nations calling on Israel to halt its military operations in the West Bank. So what? Israel appears to be using its current conflict, which started in Gaza, as a way to clear out the key leadership of Islamic groups around the region, notably now in the West Bank and Hezbollah in Lebanon. This tactic makes sense, as they are already facing international criticism for their operations in Gaza, so it is likely that they see that it just is an extension of that conflict, and that clearing out a few more commanders will only lead to further condemnation. In particular, acting now before Iran's long-awaited response reduces Iran's ability to conduct additional retaliatory strikes for each assassination. And next, a district court in Denmark has denied an extradition request from India for a Danish citizen, Niels Holck, citing concerns about his potential treatment violating the European Convention for Human Rights. India has accused Holck, also known as Kim Davy, as being involved in the 1995 arms drop to West Bengali rebels. Although India has offered assurances about Holck's safety and proposed building a new detention facility, the court ruled these guarantees are insufficient. This decision, which prosecution can appeal, marks the latest development in a case that has caused tension between Denmark and India for years. Holck has previously admitted to parachuting 4 tons of weapons into West Bengal, claiming that it would support its people defending themselves against local communist authorities. He was the only individual to evade capture when the operation was intercepted, with other Europeans involved being tried and eventually released. Denmark's decision to reject India's extradition request, which first launched in 2011 and now again, has been based on concerns for Holck's safety and his human rights. It seems unlikely that Denmark will change its mind on this decision, despite the pressure from India. This is despite him openly admitting to the crimes of which India is accusing him of. One factor that may be supporting Denmark's decision is that all the other suspects involved in the case who were captured were then released, meaning that even if Holck was captured at the time, he would have been released alongside the others. And lastly, Brazil is poised to suspend social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, after it failed to appoint a legal representative by the deadline set by the Brazilian Supreme Court. This move comes in response to Brazilian law, which mandates that all internet companies have a legal representative in the country to handle any legal matters. Earlier this month, X had removed its representative following threats of arrest from the Supreme Court. The justice had given the company until Thursday evening to comply or face shutdown. The situation has escalated, with Elon Musk, the owner of X, responding to the court's order with insults, calling the justice a tyrant and a dictator. The conflict centers on whether the justice has the authority to order X to block certain accounts accused of spreading misinformation, a move that Musk condemns as censorship. Many of these accounts are linked to supporters of former President Bolsonaro, some of whom dispute the outcome of the 2022 election. Musk's opposition to the blocking orders has led to him challenging the court's decision, threatening to reactivate the banned accounts and accusing Moors of stifling free speech. So what? Brazil is one of many countries that is currently calling for Musk to increase censorship on his social media platform, which isn't surprising, as anyone who uses the app can see that it has become a bit of a shit show and is full of bots and misinformation. While X does allow open discussion on topics that has previously been banned, such as COVID, the ease at which people can create fake profiles to troll or spread fake information makes it an absolute battleground of a social media platform. Musk has said from the start that he wanted to turn Twitter to be into the modern day town square. However, the key difference to me is that if you want to go down to the town square and speak your ideas, you have to show your face while doing so and engage in open debate with real people. This is a key difference to the current platform. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed, or leave us a 5-star review. And if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced, and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.